in beta. Gye-Nyame Journey is still in there I go. There we go. We're popping up live. We're popping up live all over. This is what I want to see right here. Right? So now I can simply go to my videos on. There we go. There we go. Family, this is what I'm talking about right here. We're live now, and I can simply linking and committing as Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Okay. All right, cool. So let's get it. I'm trying to remember how to do something on here real quick. Let me go out of this. Let me go to my page. And allow it to. There we go, right there. All right, so now, what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to edit the post. And move it up. I know. Hang in there, Sprinkle. We're about to get started. Hang in there. We're about to get started. We're about to share on some of my other stuff. And I want to make sure that I am able to throw up I want to make sure I'm able to throw up cool. I want to make sure I want to keep this window open so that I can, if I want to, throw up a poll while we are in conversation. If something interesting pop up, I can also keep track of everything that's coming down. You know what I'm saying? So family, I want to say thank you for joining us. I am back from the wilderness. I have made it. I have survived. Give it up for me now. Come on now. Where my crowd at? Come on. Thank you. You're so kind. Yes, I made it out the woods. I am thrilled. I am happy. I am feeling powerful. I feel recharged. And man, oh man. So it look like my Uber conference is acting up right now. Oh, there you go. There you go. You better get it right, because I'm paying, right? Yeah, a lot of this stuff is expensive, family. So first things first, we're about to do our daily toast as we usually do. You already know it's all about the ancestors around here. We kick it up, we kick it live. I got my list. So we want to do the toast real quick. But before we do the toast, you know it's important that we
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Grab your glass for that water. Get your container of that water. Lift your pitcher of that water. And simply pour that water. Drink. I don't know what happened. We're going to keep it rolling. Lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch. Move your body and get some water. Move your body and get some water. Family, move your body. Drink. Or should I say, Move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink.
No.
Hey, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Or should we say, breathe, drink, eat, move. Got to do it. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Family, drink your water. I don't know what happened with the sound, but family, I need to let you know you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority. This is the place where your hustle builds muscle. I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime, what's going on? Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simba production, and this is the Daily Toast. And today, we are doing our Toast and Talk, and family, the lines are open. But of course, you know it's a Heart of a Simba production. Simba, you whispering too? What's going on, family? Oh my God. And you know here, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. All right, family. I see some of y'all in the house. I need to know where you are. So go and throw up something so I can make sure. First off, really what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make sure that the chat is working. Right? So, go and throw some stuff up. Let me know how you doing. So what we're going to do, we're going to toast the ancestors. Then I'm going to open the lines because we're going to have our conversation because we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to hit on, I'm going to recap, Simba Cap, and some of the stuff that happened there. Then also, we want to go through and want to talk about the ADOS meeting in Columbus. We also need to talk about the next move for the G&J Mall. And then what's coming up at the next G&J Mall. And then last but not least, I'm opening it up for whatever y'all want to discuss. Also, if y'all want to, we go through the Proverbs of the week. We go through the story of the week. It's a whole bunch of stuff because I got time. I got until possibly I got to get out of here about 1:30 because I have a mission today. Top secret mission. Right? So, family, I'm going to go on and pour some of the ambrosia.
What is it?
Now, y'all know I do mine unfiltered. This is fresh. Out. And one of the things I really want to do for those that are avid ambrosia buyers, purchasers, or traders, however you want to do it, I'm going to have to start sending out a message because I'm organizing my whole platform now. I'm organizing the platform, not mine, but I'm organizing the platform. And what I want some people who are getting ambrosia from me, I want them to be able to taste ambrosia as it when it first comes out. You understand what I'm saying? I want y'all to get the full experience because y'all get the older ambrosia, y'all get it as an age, but I want you to taste ambrosia when it is fresh brewed. All right? Let's see. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour the libations, and then we're going to move on. All right? Here we go. First, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass, and we salute that creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? You know where we go. We go to our list of our illustrious ancestors, and thank God I'm back home because I don't have to use my travel list. I like using my travel list, don't get me wrong, but I love the fact that we got our home version, right? So, family, here we go. We're calling on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, Eileen, Uncle Chris Amphine, Cleveland and Geneva Brown. Cleveland and Geneva Brown, I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Call in number 614-556-4535. Once again, 614-5. Let me type it in. Call in number 614-556. All right, so here we go. Starting over with the ancestors. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texan Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, Eileen, Uncle Chris Amphine, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L, Noma X, Pet Mott, Rob Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulling and Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kill Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Porter Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, I Go So Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ada Johnson, Flores M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mae Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mae Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy M. Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delimon Ayers, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Pintup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ethan Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Burnham, Bradley Kim, Janie Here, Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, President Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lydia Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Bobby Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Colford, George Swan, Emania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. All right. We lift up our glass and we salute those ancestors and we say, Ashe. Okay. All right, so we lift up the glass, we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? You know where we go. We go to this present moment. We are in the moment of Kuumba. So once again, activate those reticular formations, family, please. And we are seeking out Kuumba. Catch and release. Do not try to hang on to creativity all to yourself. It's a community property, right? So everybody has an opportunity to experience it, live it, feel it, you know what I'm saying? But take a picture of it. Write about it. Speak about it. Do a video. Post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Hashtag Kuumba. right? Because we training ourselves to find what it is we want to see in the world, right? We're training ourselves, right? So now, for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba means creativity. Also on this day, in this moment that we are toasting, we are looking at the principle of, and the principles of my eye, or the Ma'atic principle of the day is order. The color is orange. The Hermetic law of the day is cause and effect. Male name for the day is Kwame. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. We have our own Kwame, but shouts out to all of the Kwames in the tribe and in the family. Also, female name is Amma. Shouts out to all of the Ammas in the family today, in the family tribe. This is your day. Give it up for them, y'all. They deserve a round of applause because it's their day. Yep, it's their day. Yeah. Family, part of the challenge on the journey is identifying yourself in the tribe. All of us have days. I am Gye-Nyame born. I have been tasked, in a sense, with making sure that we take care of our ancestors every day, because Hell for Africans is being forgotten. Hell for ADOS is being forgotten. And we never want to forget any of our ancestors. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because there is something that may need to be forgotten, right? But those that don't deserve to be forgotten, we want to make sure that there's a place for them in our lives. And this is the reason for the Daily Toast. Now, identify yourself in our family, right? Because it helps you and it helps us. I am Kwabena, right? I am Gye-Nyame born. I'm a child of Gye-Nyame, right? And it identifies certain traits that are in me that not only help remind me so that I can stay on course, but it also helps you in identifying who you're dealing with when you're dealing with me. Yesterday we read about those Nia-born children, right? And their names are Kofi and Afua. They have a way of, they almost could see the future, right? Each one of these days have special abilities. And when we start plugging in with who we are, we empower ourselves and we empower our people. We empower our tribes. We empower our family. And most importantly, we empower the moment, because we are able to move in the fullness of who we are rather than who we pretend to be. Because most of us got to go to jobs and we have to pretend to be somebody else. I'm saying, family, it's time for us to start picking up who we are and be very clear about that and be very intentional about that and be very powerful about that. Because as this whole idea, because we're going to talk about this whole reparations piece and the ADOS movement that took place in Columbus, we're going to get into that conversation. But as we start speaking more, right, and our numbers and our tribe and our family in Columbus start growing, we are going to be unapologetically who we are and have support. Have support from our personal tribe and our entire community. It's coming. Just wait for it. But we raise our glass because in this moment, we have a pact with our ancestors and we have a pact with our future generations, family. We have to do everything in our power to get the wisdom from our ancestors. Use it in the moment, right? Expand on it and pass it to the future generations. We have a responsibility to clear the way for the young ones that's coming now. Because there's a lot of stuff that's coming, and if we ain't handling our business, we will be birthing our children into a meat factory. Let's be very clear about that. So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From the present moment, we move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Family, we have been here and we will always been here. We have always been here and we will always be here. So we raise our glass in celebration of our future generations. And family, part of handling your business in the moment, because we believe in Gye-Nyame, we talk about being generational. We have to handle the business in the moment, because I always feel I have to remind you, right? That if you do come back, you're coming back to your bloodline. So you need to leave your bloodline in a better position than when you left it. So I raise my glass to our future generations and say Ashe. From there we move to all of our relations. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. Last but not, no, this ain't last. I lift up my glass. Right now, this is for that selfish libation. This is for you. What is that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? What is it? Right? In this moment. To move towards your greatness. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. And family, last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, beautiful, outstanding, uplifting, the most inspiring, the most inspired, the most dedicated worker in the room right now. I lift my glass up to you. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I don't know what my daughter's got sticky on my computer table. We wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Now the conversation can commence. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. So announcements. I am almost complete. I have almost completed my 7-day free e-course. I will be launching it hopefully within 7-8 days, because I have a test run. I have people test running it for me so they can let me know what's going on, like, so I can start catching some of the bugs. But then after that, I will be launching it. Family, I hope that y'all will at least check it out. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? So I was at Simba. All last week. And Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. And not so much stress from Simba. It's just stress, personal stress. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of when I'm at Simba, I'm going to have a great and fantastic time. And it was a great camp. And what made this one unique was this was the first camp in Ohio. Right? We did Simba right here, 45 minutes outside of Columbus. Beautiful situation. We had nation builders, damn near all the nation builders were returning Simbas. You know, like I said, we build our own leaders. We have to start training up our young people. We have people come into the camp and visit. I have a bunch of videos that I'm going to share, but first I have to send them through Rescue, Release, and Restore. And I have, in particular, a video that I did of Pastor Yahel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that up into 14 pieces so that it could be shared on Instagram, as well as so you catch the pieces, or you could come to the site, because they're going to release it on Rescue, Release, and Restore how they want to release it. But I have it on my site because it's appropriate, because every morning we do something called Dancing with the Scripture. And he did one on the Good Samaritan and how sometimes it's outsiders that can move something to another level, right? And which is an important message for a lot of us, right? Because I had to sit back and ask myself the question: would Simba have been able to come and have a camp in Ohio if I would have stayed involved in the way that I was involved 5 years ago? And when I think about how my mind works and some of the stuff I want to do, I would say probably not. So every now and then, in order for some of the stuff that we want to see grow, sometimes we have to get the hell up out the way. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you know, so when I'm listening to, when I was listening to that lesson, I said, damn, it makes some sense. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you know something, you could smother it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it, at least you think you know what it can't do. and what it's not capable of. And you get in the way of that. I don't know why people want to call me when I'm on the show. I'm sorry. I mean, the Instagram went out, the black signal went out. I mean, it's like almost everybody in my life know that I'm doing the show right now. Right? So family, listen. So I'm going to put all this up. So the young people were able to do the high wall, you know, and complete some challenges. They were able to do arts and crafts, and it was a real beautiful camp, a beautiful experience. And the more that I do camps, because we got, according to royalty, I think we got 2 more. We're gonna do 2 more camps. So we're gonna do 2 Gye-Nyame camps that's coming up soon because we got the equipment. And one of the things that I notice is that in order for us to really move forward, we are going to have to get out the city every now and then as a group. And we got to make it as affordable as possible. Family, if we are serious about nation building, we have to kind of disconnect from where this experience that we're having in the city so that we could go out and really get to know each other. You find out about each other in situations where you don't have to pretend. Right? This is one of the beautiful pieces that we have popping off in Gye-Nyame, because in many ways we are able to kind of escape some of this shit that a lot of people are caught up into. We're able to go to the woods. Like I keep telling people, we got enough tents for about 60 to 70 people. You know, I mean, we've been stacking for years, right? And because of the G&J Mall and the support from y'all, we have been able to do stuff. Like, for example, part of some of the young people going to Simba, if they didn't have enough money, we was able to throw in. It ain't a lot, but we was able to throw in. We're able to consider making moves and trying to bring the movie, the 5th installment of Hidden Colors here, even though we was blocked. You know what I'm saying? Because I could go into that, but I'm not going to go into that. But experiences like Simba Camp is something that not only the young men and the young ladies need to go to, but as a village, as a tribe, we need that. Why? Because it separates us and it gives us a space of ownership so we could feel what it, so that you could teach not only yourself, but teach your children what it means to be in control. Because when we in Simbaland, we in control. When we out camping as Gye-Nyame, we in control. Right? So we want to talk about moving in government, but yet we ain't never governed nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you governing your job is not the same as making sure that people eat on time. It's making sure that people stay busy. Making sure that when people need to take their medicine, they need to take their medicine. And if they need help, to be able to get them to the help that is necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of people talking this nation building shit, but they're not doing nation type activities. Because we got to understand that the most important part of a nation, most important part of a tribe is the infrastructure. Now, some of your minds go straight to roads, which are important, sewage, and that is important. But the most important element of a tribe, of a family, of a nation, of a city, of a community is the individuals in it, the people. That is the most important part of the infrastructure. And if the people are not speaking a similar or a common language, it becomes a problem. So when we move and we take our young people out to Simbaland, or we go camping as a community or a tribe here in Columbus, Ohio, what we do is we empower ourselves by making sure that, one, we are molding and shaping the infrastructure of what we want. We have to be very, very, very intentional about creating that spiritual and that mental infrastructure for our young people so that we can speak a common behavioral language. It's cool that some people know emoji, kuchi, chaglio, gmo, jamania, kumwi, money, truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, and harmony. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But have you seen it in operation? This is why I tell you every day, on the journey, right? On the journey, every day, those of you that take the 21-day challenge and tune in, because there's going to be people doing that soon, right? They'll take the 21-day challenge and they're going to tune into the shows for the next 21 days so that they can be reminded about the principles and the stories and the stuff that they need to be covering. But the piece that I'm saying is that being able to go out and be able to see, even in chaos, your principles at work and be able to pull on that principle so that you can bring the situation out of chaos back into order. See, for me, this is a lifestyle. Other people, it's a hobby. Many people that come to our culture, they come to our culture as tourists. And what we need to start being able to do is to charge a fee for tourists. You want to tour in this shit, nigga, you don't go to Disneyland for free. You don't go to Cedar Point for free. But that people could come and they can come and visit. They come and visit our lifestyle for free. Nah, dog. Nah. All that we're working all that out. So situations like Simba allow us to start developing that core of that infrastructure, the core of the people, embedding the principles not only into their mind but into their heart. And I mean, that's and for me, I can't think of nothing that is more important than that, because you can have all the roads you want, you can have all the sewer systems you want, you can have all the bridges that you want, you can have all of that, but it makes no sense or any difference whatsoever if the people's hearts are not right, if the principles are not instilled in the people. You can talk all the financial literacy you want, you know what I'm saying? But if people principles are not right, family, what are they going to be able to achieve? Other than lead themselves and everybody around them to ruin. So things like places like Simba and the camping trips that we do give us an ability to instill within the people that come to these things and get involved with it, instill a sense of what it means to be us without filters. And that's important. So this was, damn, I'm old. This was the 27th annual. Damn. Did they say 27? It's the 27th annual Simba Camp. This is the first one in Ohio. It was at the Lutheran Memorial Camp. So what I'm going to do with this hoodie, like I did with the hoodie that, because like there's different hoodies, right? So I got two of them right now that I never wore, maybe for a picture, right? I got one that is a limited edition, old school Simba hoodie that was sent to me by Gaylord. It's old school. It has the old, this Simba picture right here is an up-to-date one. There's an older one, and I have that one hanging up. Don't touch it. Don't allow nobody to wear it, right? There will be hell to pay if I catch somebody wearing my goddamn that one, right? Because that's a collector's item. right? Because not everybody got that. Not everybody even know about the differences in the symbols, right? The next one that I have that is very important to me is one from one of the last camps that I did before I had to step away for a while. And the reason this one was important to me was this was the first hoodie made by Simba. Right now, Simba's making their own hoodies because we have a t-shirt. So in Chicago, they have a t-shirt business, right? And we make our own hoodies. So that was the first year that Simba started making their own hoodies, or at least being able to do it like this, right? So now this one is going to hang up because this is not only was it printed by us, I'm assuming that, right? Not only was it made by us, right? But this is the first one from the camp in Ohio. So I'm going to have a hanger for this one, and this one's going to hang up because it's a collector's edition. The first one from the camp in Ohio. So next year I could wear, if we one, and I know when we do the camp in Ohio, I'll be able to get that one. I could wear that one around because the second one is cool. First place right here, right? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to hang it up. They also print the t-shirts. I'm not going to do the t-shirt like that, although I should. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out and see if I can get an extra one so I can go on and hang that up. But this one was made by, but the hoodies, because everybody don't get a hoodie. You understand? There's a specialness about the hoodies. And family, like I said, we have to start implementing that type of mentality when we are dealing with each other, because it's like everybody don't get to do everything. Everybody don't get the same thing, right? Somewhere, somehow, we fell into a mind state that we all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all the same. No, we not. No, we not. And there's never been a culture where everybody was the same. Yeah, we're human, right? But certain people go through certain things and get certain privileges. Which brings me around. Hold on. Fuckery alert. It brings me around. And that morning when you hear that sound, that means I'm about to go into it, right? So we had, for those that don't know, call in number 614-556-4535. Once again, call in number 614-556-4535. It's on my timeline on Gye-Nyame Journey. It should be on my timeline. It's showing that it's on my timeline on YouTube. So don't let me hog all of the stuff. I'm about to go on and let it stream a little bit. See if we get a little bit of Periscope action popping off right now. We're going to send some data to Periscope. I'll come back and cut it off in a second. But family, so I had this camp this week, and Sister Navita got in contact with me and said, Brother Hatim, you hear about the conference, the ADOS conference? All the tickets is, tickets is going fast. I said, yeah, I got my tickets. Hell, I think we got a total of 4 tickets to the thing. I said, why? What's up? You want to go? She said, yeah, I want to go. I said, so we got it till October to get ready. Oh, she said October. No, I'm not talking about that meeting, because for those that don't know, the national meeting is happening in October. So I got my 2 tickets. I think we got 2 more tickets that have been donated to us, but I got to double check, because I'm not a good organizer. I be losing shit. You know what I'm saying? I could pull people together, but as far as the organize, know what you're good at, family. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm good at, I don't try to step out my boundaries and shit. I know what I'm good at, right? I'm good at inspiring. I'm good at talking and telling stories and teaching lessons. But when it comes to the organization and the money, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Right? Don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she said, no, I'm talking about the ADOS meeting here. So she sent me a link. I go to the link. I go, boom. As soon as I hit it, they got tickets. Boom. Free tickets. So I went, I registered. I was like, shit, here, give me. I need 5 tickets just in case. Right? But I had forgot that week we was going to be, because I looked at that and said, damn, I'm going to be at Simba. But because Simba is in Ohio, it's only 45-minute drive, so I jump in my car, boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to be there. So I go to the meeting. I'm excited about going to the meeting. Some stuff happened beforehand. Like I told you, it was a trying week for me personally, right? So I go to the meeting. I'm glad to be there. And I look around. There's a few young people, but there's a lot of older people in the room, which kind of surprised me, because ADOS, the whole ADOS movement for the whole reparations is kind of sparked by the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's not my generation. It's not the generation above me. But, you know, it's a lot of young people that's really active in that. You know what I'm saying? And so we walk in and we had a meeting. And, you know, I mean, they go and they lay out the facts. Because one of the goals of, at least that I picked up on ADO is boom, come with the data. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about all the other shit, but come with that data. And they came with the data. Right? And as they came with the data, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm like, okay, cool. But then they open it up for questions. Now, this is what I'm going to say. People get mad at me. Once again, going back. Everybody does not deserve to speak. Give a fuck how smart you are. Everybody don't. I'm just saying. Right? This is why. Because sometimes, in some situations, we don't know enough. So rather than making a comment, if you don't know enough, ask a question. None of the questions or none of the comments directed people back to the data. Y'all understand? None of the questions led us back to the, or even the comments led us back to the data. What does the data say, Brother Hatim? The data says that the median black family is worth $1,700. The data says that if current trends continue by 2053, it is a possibility that the median black family will be worth $0. What? The data tells us that currently the majority of black folks don't have money. I'm just telling y'all what the numbers say. Now, you know, you call the numbers a lie, or, you know what I'm saying? But when you look at the numbers and 50% of our people, according to statistics, according to these numbers, are below $1,700 in a country called America, and you're not concerned about that, and you're still running around here with, you know what I'm saying, like we got money, like we wasted money, and we beating up on our people because we believe, because your ass is caught up in an illusion, and you believe because you see a nigga with a pack of cigarettes and a child with a pair of designer tennis shoes on, that motherfucker actually got more money? Right? The point that I'm saying is, if you don't know enough, ask a question. The meeting is called ADOS, which stands for American Descendants of Slavery. Hashtag ADOS is a group of people who have come together to, one, discuss reparations and to figure out what actions we need to take to make that shit happen. Does that mean that we need to run for the school board? Yes, in Columbus. Does that mean that a representative from us need to go for the city council? Yes. I told y'all already on our show by 2023, we want 3 seats in city council. 3 permanent seats, right? Seats that, because this is how cold we want to be with it, right? We want to be able to pass the seats down. So the people that get the seat first will be able to turn around because they've been going camping with these young people. They've been making sure that these young people, you know what I'm saying, they got them together and say, look, this is my successor. We want to vote him in. Yeah, let's get it. Boom. We know he's going to work for us, right? And then after we conquer city council, we can move to our state representative. Y'all like, Mom, but what this got to do with reparations? All right, now, first off, understand that reparations is a continuous fight. And a lot of y'all that are sprinters have to understand that this is a marathon. We're running the long, matter of fact, this is an ultra marathon. Let me say that. This is an ultra marathon, right? And we are going to make strides, and we're going to have victories, and we're going to have setbacks. We're going to have victories, and we're going to have setbacks. We're going to have victories, we're going to have setbacks. Brother Hatim might die during one of those setbacks, or I might die during one of those victories because of old age or whatever happens. But we need to make sure that it's instilled in our children that they go and they collect the debt. Now, to all of those that want to come to the meeting, because they are having another meeting, and I will be sending it out over the Black Signal. The whole group, I will send it out, right? Soon as I, you know, because I remember it's on July 29th. I'm going to remember the location. I'm going to send it out. But I have to say this. If you come, if you don't know enough, right, or the information you got is from the 1980s, 1990s, or from side conversations that you've been having with motherfuckers about reparations because the conversation is popular now, please understand that the people that's in this room have went through a process. And in order for you to even be with them and even understand the angle that they're going on, you have to put yourself through the process. You have to, in a sense, initiate yourself and start listening to some of the things that they are listening to and read some of the things that they are reading before you open your goddamn mouth. Now, no, that might rub a lot of people the wrong way. Because this is America. I have a right. I'm grown and I'm older. I have a right. You do. And you also have a right to form your own shit. Go and build. Nobody is stopping anybody from building. But when you come to these meetings, if you're coming to this meeting to say some shit like, hey, they're never going to give us reparations, so we need to go to another meeting. Everybody is talking about this shit right now. I want y'all to understand that these young people right now, these young people that I am so proud of, have made this a national conversation. They made this a litmus test for the next candidate to go up against Donald Trump. Not only that, they're making it to where when an individual say that they are for reparations, that they're moving beyond the study. Because some of y'all still on that HR 40 shit. Hold on. Hold on. We don't need to study whether reparations are owed. We don't need to study who they're owed to because we know. It's very simple to determine all that. What we need to have any discussion about is how much you owe and what timeline do you need to cover this debt. Because this was a generational effect, And it's going to take generations for us to rise up out of it. So some of y'all that's coming because you think you heard somebody say a check for $440,000 or $140,000 and it's all about a check for you, family, stay home. You're not willing to do the work. You're looking for a payday. This is not about us getting our personal paydays. This is about our legacy. Do y'all not understand? Those of you that have children, when you look at a number, even if you don't believe in that shit, and you look at a statistic and you see the trend, you can see the trends, you can see on the number line if you trace it from a certain time in the past up to now, and you can see that the line is constantly going down. And then you read at the end of that, if this present trend continues, the wealth of the average, of the median black family, and please understand the difference between the median and the average before you start running your goddamn mouth. Right? Or at least have an idea about it. Right? That the median, that means the exact middle, 50% of black people will be worth zero or less. And 50% will be worth zero or will have zero or more. That's the type of world y'all want to live for y'all children? Because the only thing that's going to remedy that, because family, I'm not against you doing your business. I'm not against you getting out there and grinding, because we talk about your hustle builds muscle. Family, I have nothing against that. But when you come to an ADOS meeting, keep your business ideas in your back pocket. Form your own group and start doing your thing. This is what we do in Gye-Nyame. I'm not there to talk about necessarily what we're doing in Gye-Nyame. What I'm there to talk about is how do we move this reparations agenda forward. You motherfuckers that's trying to build a safety net, and it's a beautiful thing, right? But there's another meeting for that. Why do people want to come and pollute a conversation? I don't understand. It's almost, and this is what I keep telling people. I realized this coming out of college, and then especially with these cell phones. They don't need to plant no more agents. Y'all need to stop calling that shit out. They don't need to plant agents. Some of us have been programmed so well that we become Agent Smith at the drop of a motherfucking hat. We find ways to disagree and to disrupt the meetings without the goddamn agents. They saving their money on that shit. They already know some of us is gonna do it. So we talk about reparations, we got motherfuckers in the room want to talk about doing for self. There's nothing wrong with doing for self, but that's the wrong meeting. It's like me getting up in church and being like, motherfucker, fuck, Pastor, what the fuck you say? Right idea, wrong place. Cussing has its place. The church on Sunday is not the place for cussing. But cussing has its place. Just because it's wrong in that environment does not mean that if I'm at the bar and having a conversation with my friends, right place, possibly right discussion. Learning how, so maybe some of us don't understand order and we don't understand appropriateness. See, in Gye-Nyame, in our meetings, when we have our meetings and we're doing education as well as business, because there's a place for that. But when we're talking about reparations, the only business we need to be talking about is getting the debt that is owed to us. Do you understand? See, because as many black folks that work in collection agencies, it kind of shocks me that many of y'all have not come to the idea, to the standpoint of understanding that most people that you talk to about the debt is not going to pay that. Some of them just straight hang up on you. That don't mean that you stop doing your job. The idea is to make them aware and let them know that there will be ramifications and repercussions if it's not taken care of. And that's all we're doing. There are going to be ramifications and repercussions if you do not take care of this debt. That's it. So some of us need to be thinking like debt collectors. Right? You know, and then also, family, the whole ADOS piece, nationwide. One of the major places we need to hit is these churches. And let me give you an angle to hit it from. Don't talk to the church members, talk to the pastor. What do you mean? Listen. Let the pastor know that if his church is full of tithing members that are of ADOS descent, listen close, that when their wealth status increases, so will the amount of money that they collect in the church. Because most people be tithing 10%. I don't understand why pastors ain't even, I'm surprised there ain't a lot more pastors like, goddamn, we need reparations. I spoke to Jesus last night and Jesus said, reparations is needed. Reparations will come. Have faith. Flock. We gonna march till we get our goddamn reparations. Because those institutions, like churches, will benefit the most. So family, you have to really consider if you're in a church and you bring up the concept of reparations and you look around and the church is full of ADOS and your pastor says, oh, no, we don't deal with reparations, you might need to consider moving to another church. Because first off, something's wrong. Something's off. Right? You mean that if everybody in here that's been tithing regularly get $100,000, you automatically is going to get 10% of that $1,000 because that's the commitment that they made to you? Come on, family. We can't see. You know what I'm saying? So that's enough of the ADOS piece unless somebody call in. I'm about to get up and get out of here because I got a secret meeting to go to. It's so secret I can't even mention that I got a meeting to go to. Top secret. All right. So, last thing. We talked about Simba. Oh, the mall. So, on the 27th, we have our Gye-Nyame Mall. During the Gye-Nyame Mall, we are going to have a presentation about Queen Mother Moore, and we also are going to talk about reparations because Queen Mother Moore was a major proponent of reparations. And we're going to be able to have a discussion about the difference between Queen Mother Moore's vision of reparations and the difference between her version and her vision of reparations from the ADOS. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that ADOS, at least what it's done for me, it has given me a clear identity, something I can identify with, so that it makes me even having a conversation about reparations make sense. See, because prior to ADOS coming out, because when I first heard the name, I despised it, but then I looked at the genius at the core of it. I want you to think about this. The reparations movements of the past, especially with us. Now, as black people in America, we got to understand and know this. Listen to me, family. Almost all of the conscious aspects of African anything sprouts from you. ADOS. If you don't believe me, do the research. It sparks and it starts with you. Whole Pan-African idea didn't sprout out of Africa. Just being clear. And like I said, and I know there's some scholars out there that's gonna go back and come smash me. If it's not the truth, then smash me. Right? Because I deserve to be smashed. That shit I don't think that shit started in Africa. Not taking away anything from Africa. Afrocentric peace. That shit didn't start in Africa. The whole consciousness and trying to connect back to the culture with holidays like Kwanzaa. That shit didn't come out of, come on now. So all of the frame of thought that have, in a sense, been going around the world has come from the diaspora, and in the diaspora, mainly here. And when I say here, I mean in America. ADOS people, you've been sparking a lot of shit. So the whole idea of, in a sense, the whole reparations piece came with us trying to include all black people. Which means that we were calling out all of white supremacy. And we was going to get our reparations. So now it's sort of like talking shit about being in a fight, but you never identify who you're going to fight. I'm just going to fight white supremacy. Hold on. Is that France? Is that Britain? Is that Denmark? Is that Germany? Or is it all of them to get what? No, it's not white supremacy. Wherever it's at. So it's almost like we was expecting reparations from a ghost. Now what ADOS did, and this was the brilliance of it, by giving the identity of African descendants of slavery. They have identified a specific group who contributed a lot to the world. And they have identified a specific group of individuals that are responsible for what this ADOS people went through. And that group is the government of the United States. Governments are institutions. Institutions are, in a sense, considered living, existing beings, which means that everything that the government did from its inception until now has been done by one being to a group of individuals, which means we could sue back as far as we need to go. Because the injustice that America has allowed to go, because I want you to understand, slavery was going on only because America allowed it. Jim Crow was going on only because America allowed it. The hangings, the lynchings, and all that shit was only able to be perpetuated in America because the government of this country allowed it. Tulsa, Oklahoma could only be bombed and destroyed because the government allowed it. The government didn't take its responsibility and protect its citizens. So we have a direct case against a direct group. Now what happens when we win? Because family is like this. Shit, I go into every fight thinking I'm about to win. I'm going to every game expecting to win. I don't know about this losing thing. And some of these losing attitudes that some of these motherfuckers who play football, and I don't understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to practice, which the ADOS means are, if you coming and you already been beat, we don't need you on the team. And if you don't know enough, ask a question. Other than that, shut up. All right? So we will be talking about Queen Mother Moore and reparations, and we're going to have a community conversation. We're going to be putting the flyers out soon, so be expecting the flyers. So we're going to hit up and do that. Last but not least, I can't remember. Okay, we spoke about G&J Mall. So I hope to see y'all. Vendors, we're looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? We got people coming up to us like, yo, I want to vend, blah, blah, blah. It was a few people up at the ADOS thing, because like I said, and because, shit, we got a strong representation here far as black consciousness, far as us. You know what I'm saying? As an African-centered community, ADOS, we are strong in all this conscious shit, right? Most of it. You know, I try to stay away from the fairy tale shit, but I do like fairy tales. I'm just letting y'all know. Because, you know, my specialty is myth, legends, and stuff like that. All right, but anyway, vendors, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to start getting in touch with us so we can start making sure we reserve your space. Make sure that you check out July's e-newsletter. In the next e-newsletter, we're gonna be having possibly some exclusive stuff. We ain't gonna be exclusive. We're gonna really get into some other stuff in this newsletter, letting y'all know what's going on and stuff like that. Those that are not connected to the Black Signal, which is a signal that I send out to a lot of the people who be signing up for a list to let you know when major events happen. I sent it out today because I sent it out on the Black Signal because I haven't done the show in a while, and I thought I would get more people calling in. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know, where we can have a major discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this whole ADOS in Columbus, we really need to have a conversation about. Second, I send out that signal to let you know about major events like Per Gye-Nyame Mall, when we are doing a festival or when we're celebrating a holiday, to let you know. You know, I'm gonna be using it this year. I'm gonna start working on it, but we're going to have some type of raffle during Kwanzaa that you're gonna be able to get into through your text message. You know, we're gonna make it fun. You know, and once I figure out how to do that, or get one of the young people to figure out how to do that well enough, we may increase it. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to increase the involvement. And for those that want to be on the Daily Toaster or the Special Forces, you know what I'm saying? Because it take a special person to, you know, catch me when they can on Kuumbas, and then then 5 days of the week we getting up early or late, depending on, you know what I'm saying? But it goes down, family. So now, here we go. So those that want to get on the Daily Toaster list, this is the people that get the text every day, sometime early in the morning, letting you know that the Daily Toast Show is on. Now, for those of you that want to take the 21-day Nguza Saba Challenge, and you need help with the 21-day Nguza Saba Challenge, part of the challenge is getting up and toasting your ancestors for that 21-day period as well. So now, here's the number. You text, oh, my fault. Let's go back to the Black Signal. To get on the Black Signal, which is the overall, you don't get text every day on this one. You text G and J, the letters G and J, to 25456. All right? To become part of the Daily Toaster, you text Toaster, TOASTER, to 25456. That's for the Special Forces. Those people that want to take 21-day challenge as well, you're going to be on that toaster list. All right? So, family, I want to make sure that you know you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, in the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. What is going on with you, girl? Anime, from down here. This is the Heart of a Simple production, and we did another Daily Toast and Talk, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. I lied. Another thought just hit me that I need to talk about. I need to go make this a regular part of the piece. Now, family, listen up, and I'm done. In Gye-Nyame Journey, one of the things we came about was this whole thing called a cultural stabilizing holidays. Cultural stabilizing, right? Cultural stabilizing holiday. That came from a sister out of Maryland, originally from Detroit, named Jackie, right? My sister Jackie threw that shit out on me and Kwame. She threw it out, and I heard it, and Kwame heard it, and it had the same effect on us. We said, oh, we taking that shit, right? But one of the major pieces that we're trying to establish here, at least here in Columbus, here with Gye-Nyame Journey, is that we want to empower these cultural stabilizing holidays. One of those cultural stabilizing holidays, which happens once a month, is the mall day or the market day. Which if you go back and you look into our culture and you look into our history, the market day was always an important day. It happened more than once a month, but we'll settle with once a month right now. So it requires people to organize that. Now also, other aspects of the cultural stabilizing holidays, Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey Day. It's a whole bunch of these cultural celebrations that we got going on. Now, one of the things that I'm proposing to the community is that we come out and show out on these days. Why? Because these days will allow us to, in a sense, funnel money. Now listen, and I want y'all to listen very closely. Funnel money in a way to where once we build up the membership and the numbers of people coming to these events, that these events will be able to support people in our community. What happens with that? What happens with that? Now, what happens when we have a group of people who are being supported by the community that they live in? They are free to talk up. Many of us can't go places because we don't want to be recognized because it might jeopardize our job, but we want to be involved. Support the cultural stabilizing holidays because believe you me, anything with Gye-Nyame Journey's name on it, we're trying to find a way to catapult that and at least one of the members of our tribe. We're trying to find a way to constantly put money in their pocket so that they could begin making a living doing this. There's no reason why between Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, the mall days, all the other holidays that we got, there's no reason why we should not have 3 to 4 people fully employed making sure these things happen. My fault. Oh, my Asia Fest, my fault. Confest, my fault. Yeah. All that shit is more important. Y'all not even understanding that y'all funding somebody else for a whole year. But, like I said, we're waking up. We're waking up. I need y'all to catch on to the hustle, family. You're being hustled. Bang. I'm out. We try to blow up your old paradigm. I'm gone.